The other annoying thing about this seeder is it seeds from the front, and that's why we had those gaps where the worker ended up with, oh, I've run out of seed, and I refilled it, and then he drove forward a bit before he started planting again. And I think that's because in general the seeders plant from the back, and so I think the helper programming logic assumes that for everything and will position the back of the seeder to the part where you've already seeded. So for example, if I stop here, we've seeded up to this point, but if I turn a worker on, he's going to move it so that this part of the seeder is here, and I end up with that the seeding part of the seeder up here. So we end up with that gap of no seed. You look at other seeders and they all seed from the back row. Anyway, we are nearly done with potatoes. I will pull the rest of the potatoes off the trailer and just leave them in this because of the problems I had with getting it loaded with old seed and new seed. I don't know what the deal with that was, so pop that in there. Potato seed is on the right. Sergeant Callum, welcome to the stream. Hello, and Boozy51, hello. As I said, thanks for the follow. I do copy all of the streams over to YouTube in 30-minute chunks in case you want to end up watching earlier episodes. This farm has been going for quite a while now. I honestly can't remember how many game years we've actually been going here. Alright, I'll run this back down to the farm as well. So that's all of the planting for today. Yay. All the sheep have been fed in the lower fields, and I do want to move the young ones up to the top field here. What's in the back of that? Sugar beets. Did I go and buy another pallet of sugar beets or not? Oh, that's so annoying. If I did. Okay, so we've got a little bit of liquid fertilizer, and the problem is I can't unload the liquid fertilizer without unloading all the potatoes. This piece of equipment is not manure system compatible. Stop getting into the Land Rover. But as I said, because of the problems I had loading the potatoes into this at the beginning of this session, I don't want to unload them because I could end up with a complete mess on my hands. So we'll store this with the potatoes in and this fertilizer in the tanks. In there too, so yay, done. How's this equipment look? That is fine, I think. Disconnect. So yeah, our weight is a little bit in need of maintenance, but seriously, how much weight maintenance can you do on a weight? It's not going to get lighter. There we go. Okay, we'll run this up to the top. Actually, I may attach this to the spreader, see what we got in it. This might actually be empty. And it is. I might move that over. Okay, let's go get the Land Rover. And drop the seed over by the seed shed. Whoa, what the heck? Okay. That was a little bit weird. And get the sugar beets out. Yay. Those are sugar beet seeds. So another nice thing about the real seed mod is you can consolidate pallets into one. Ding, done. So now I don't have multiple pallets of seed lying around all over the farm. We'll drive past there and see if we still have problems with some weirdness. No, I think that was probably the seed was causing some problems with our Land Rover. We're all good with that. Let's stick that back in the shelter. Jump out and feed the dog. Yay, dog. Okay, JCB needs to come home. Where is the JCB? There. So I've got no seed on the back of this except for that giant pallet at the top there. My camera angle sucks for that. Okay, there we go. So here I figured having a trailer loaded with bales and sugar beets was going to be a little bit more helpful when it came to feeding the sheep, rather than running down with a bale of hay and a bale of clover or a bale of silage and a bale of this and a bale of that. Just take it all down every time. All right. And that's clover, so I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to throw that over there. We'll drop the clover there. So, because that is a full pallet, this will not consolidate because it's going to end up with as much clover as we have the other green thing over there. What's the other one? Grass. We've got a packet plus. No, no, jump out. I need to strap that hay down. Okay, so That's all ready for feeding the sheep later on sometime, maybe eventually. What is game time? 11:46. So we're good for now. I'm going to put these under here again. It's kind of as good a place as any to store it. Clover is not susceptible to the weather like grass is. So that's out of the way, and I don't use that shelter or shed for anything significant. Okay, fast track is at 83%. I don't think I want to be down here. Yes, I do. And it's just easier to throw 4 bales of clover silage and 2 bales of hay and 2 pallets of sugar beets on the back of that trailer. Oh, that's had a problem. It's going to be interesting to get that out later on. And this is our Johnston trailer as featured on Ollie's farm in real life. That can be used as a bale trailer or a shopping trailer, a wood hauling trailer or a livestock trailer. So you just buy the bed and then the back comes off. So now it's just a normal flatbed there. Chocolate turkey. Anyway, let's go fetch ourselves some baby sheep and stick them in the top field. Now there's the food left over from last year. Actually, we'll do all sorts of cheating for this. Where's the gate? There. Is it not going to work for me? There we go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Move the trailer up a little. Do I have to be in the tractor? Okay, to heck with this. Let's just open the gate, knock the trailer over. Yep, and this is going to be a disaster. Quick. Mind the sheep. Now let's try it. There we go. Okay, so sheep number 83 is 0 years old. This is going to take a while because of the some number of sheep we can transport per time. And obviously, real world, we just park a trailer across the bottom of the field, get a dog, and close that gate over on the right to the farm. Put something else on the front of that lane so that they can't walk up there, have a couple of guys with sticks, and just do all the transferring that way. But not happening for this one. We'll just drive round. How about that? It was so much easier moving them down to the bottom field. Moving them up, not working quite so well. There we go. 12 sheep confirmed. So every sheep over the number 250, no, over the number 500 will be moving up to that top field. I kind of enjoy this game. I mean, it calls itself Farming Simulator. With some of the mods, it makes it more realistic. But it is educational when it comes to what do real farmers do. Obviously, there's game elements that don't work. Yeah. As with a lot of games, they can emulate stuff close, but there's some things that they just don't do well. Okay, we'll drive into this field and we'll take a leisurely turn. The reason I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, because it makes it quicker, and we have, as I said, so many sheep to transfer. That's 24. And each of these lower fields started out with 250 sheep each at the beginning of the year. Breeding season is now. One of the reasons I'm doing this is, one, it makes, I mean, obviously it makes feeding them a lot more complicated because we now have 3 paces to unload food at. But it makes collecting the Hardcore Gaming 2120. Welcome to the stream and hi. Yeah, what was I saying? We now have to feed just on our left there. There's another one at the front on the right in field 7, and there's the trough just at the entrance of this field up here. And I have to keep them all filled up now. However, where the wool's being produced, we should spread out the production so that there's less chance of us filling up a production bay. It'll also let me see how many sheep we actually produce. Each field will take 500 sheep maximum. And obviously all the baby sheep will not produce any more. So as soon as I got 500 sheep in that top field, that's full. But they're not breeding this year, so not an issue. Okay, and 370, we still have 120 more to do, so 10 more trips just from this field. And there are going to be more sheep in that field because they're still breeding. I think I don't want to say, I think end of sheep breeding season is the end of early spring. So we've got 2-3 more days of sheep breeding. And the breeding thing is another part of the scaling math I was talking about earlier. Depending on the length of a season, that's the term time of sheep being produced. That's 48. This is going well. This is actually the farming agency version of this map. So we have Maize Plus running, we have an embedded Seasons Geo. For those people who are new to the game, Seasons Geo is sort of a typical weather for this part of the world. And you can either load one. I think originally I was using the Hereford season geo, but farming agency includes a geo within it, so we're using theirs. But our goal for this is to produce a flock of 1,500 sheep, since we now own all 3 sheep fields. Obviously we start with the one in front of us, field 6. I bought that at the beginning. We used that initially for grass when I was playing on the Oxygen David version of this map. Unfortunately I had a PC complete fry of the hard drive and I lost my game saves. So when I rebooted the series, I ended up using the farming agency version. And that provides all sorts of fun and games. We're also running precision farming, so that makes our job a little bit easier when it comes to fertilizing stuff. And let's see. We have a lot of male sheep, which I typically don't keep the male sheep on the farm. We just sell those at the end of wool production. So I might as well milk them for the most money I can get out of them. I think from my mind we've got a good number of fields on the farm now. Probably never going to own the biggest field, although I have contracted that a couple of times. I doubt sheep. And that. So we just planted clover up here, potatoes here, sugar beets over here. We own this field. This is an established clover field. We've got these two as well. This area, and this area reserved for sheep. And then I own these 3 fields here, and that one there was a surprise purchase last year because it had barley in it. And I figured I might want to grow some maize. Class 750 Orbis. What is one of those? Now I'm intrigued. Which is annoying because it's a distraction. Let's just do this. Okay, 334. Pottage is on sale, and yeah, going to need a forage harvester towards the end of this year. One Mouse 22222, welcome to the stream and happy Saturday. So how are we doing? We are 11 o'clock real time. But I think, you know, for the most part we've done. I just have the sunflower field left to plant for this year, which is currently covered in oilseed radish. And that's another thing I'm checking on. What sort of effect does oilseed radish have on nitrogen content? Because I don't know. I kind of like finding stuff out firsthand when I can. Yeah, I'm either wrecking my tractor or that hedge is not going to keep the sheep in for much longer. This is one of those tasks that there isn't an easy way to get around doing it. Yeah, did get that. So this is more expediency rather than realism for right now. I'm gonna need to fertilize the clover fields we just planted, and then we're really up to the point of nothing to do except feed the sheep for 2 game days. Then I can plant the stuff, the sunflowers. And once we've done that, we're waiting until harvest time, which I think the first harvest is going to be barley. We got 2 fields of barley, and I'm hoping they're going to be ready to harvest during the period that corn can be planted. So we can harvest the barley, we can plant the corn, and things will be fine and wonderful. We'll get 2 crops per field